Welcome to ChopChopChef. Today I would love to show you my version of a Shashlik skewer. What is a shashlik? Well, you could say as well sort of as a version of a meat skewer, right? But for my shashlik today, I just talk you quickly through the ingredients because this is quite a handful. Yeah. So what we will need today is, let's start here in the front. We have just normal crushed tomatoes, right? Then we have wine-ripened tomatoes, yeah. And then we're going back in the capsicum. So we need all colors of capsicum. We have the green one, the yellow one, the red one. And then coming here, we have some garlic clove and onion. Later on, we need some tomato paste. I have a little bit of a curry powder. Of course, we need some sunflower oil. Beautiful herbs, as you can see, oregano, thyme, right? We need a very good beef stock, as I always say. Then we have salt, pepper, paprika powder. Little bit flour for dusting. Now come over on that side. Okay, what is next on this side here? Now we have our meat, right? So we have a beautiful liver, beef liver. Yeah, we come to that in a minute, yeah. Then I diced it already. We have some bacon rashers already diced. And I use a beautiful pork collar butt, Scotch fillet, right? So, and then we have, of course, our bamboo skewer. They are already soaking for quite some time. I can take them out now. You soak them in water. Why you soak bamboo in water? Later on, when you skewer your meat and all the vegetables on it, yeah, so that you can see there's no threads or wooden pieces on the skewer itself. It's nice and smooth and runs easily into the produce. Very important. What I have today is here a casserole, right? So that when I sorted on my beef skewers, my shashlik, then they will go into this lovely, beautiful pot, yeah, in this Römertopf, as we call it in German, yeah, and then I fill it up with sauce, shashliks going in there, and the whole thing goes in the oven for around 45 minutes. But let's go back to the vegetable side again. I just quickly want to tell you a bit, because I mean, obviously we need sort of the size of 3 by 3 centimeter for each vegetable what we're doing, right? So the capsicum, so I have my green capsicum I do here. I washed it already. Now I cut it, obviously, of course. So I do this one, break it open, and all these little bits and pieces, as I have a worm farm, right? So all the seeds, and so we cutting that already out if you can, like that. Yeah, we keep that one, the seedlings, right? Then and the core, we just cut around the core. This one goes all for my worm farm, beautiful. So this one, because I don't want to have this one as a vegetable stock. Now I'm cutting these two halves again, so I wash really all the seeds out. Now what we're doing next, as I said, so we need sort of get my little coffee out of the way a little bit, yeah. So we need this kind of size. We're cutting down, and easy these stripes. Now when we cut this one, if you have a little bit, so you say this is an offcut, then we cut 1, 2. They don't have to be precise, right? But all these offcuts I want to keep as well. There is a purpose for it, right? So I have a bowl here already. We're putting this one in. So again, one more time. This one, the white stuff we take out, yeah. And then again, take this offcut. So I like to do later on a 6 skewer. So I estimate we need 3 little diced each color of the capsicum per skewer, right? So 6, 12, 18 pieces we need, right? Here we go. Okay, so we got that one sorted. I'm putting that back in here. Now I tell you, with the onion, same thing. Just let me clean this one up here. Now that the onion, we're cutting, if you have a smaller onion, just cut it in quarter, right? And then you're peeling off the layers, right? 1 layer, 2 layer, maybe we can use 1 more, right? Same thing here. Yes, we can get out of this one 2. We can get this one 2 as well. This one is only 1, right? A little bit. And then this one, again, we call this as our offcuts we need later on. Yeah. So again, we're just tearing off the different layers of the onions. Yeah. And then we're cutting our, say, 3 by 3 centimeter dices. Easy done. Okay, now give me a few moments and we will come back to the meat side. Everybody, now for our shashlik we need, obviously, as I said already, pork. And I diced my pork already in sort of 3 by 3 centimeter cubes, right? In any way, thickness, length, square, right? Bang, bang, bang. So what I have done here is I cut a nice thick 3 centimeter. I do this one quickly for you, sort of just a little bit more. So 3 centimeter, we cut a nice big slice off, right? Beautiful, yeah. And then if you have your nice steak here, again, we're cutting strip, and then we just do 1, 2, 3, yeah. And as well here, if you have a little bit of cuts, we keep that as well, yeah. And then we put in here in the bowl. So that's our pork. Let's put it over here. Then the bacon, I already diced it in stripes like that, yeah. So easy done. Yeah, so we keep this as well here on the side. And now it comes to our liver. I have beef liver here. Yeah. Now my beef liver, this one for the shashlik, there's no need to soak them in milk for half an hour or so. If you use liver and you pan fry it, then I recommend, yes, you put your slices into milk for half an hour so you take away a little bit of the bitterness, right? But my liver here today, as you can see here, it's beautiful, right? Nice. You see this little silver skin on here? Not sure if the camera can catch this one up. Probably, surely you can, you know. So you see the silver lining here. I took this one off, and then again, very simple. Yeah, I just sliced normal, sort of 1 centimeter thickness. Yeah, and like that, and sort of that's our pieces of liver what we're adding to our meat skewer. Yeah. Okay. Now let me do one beef skewer. Very important is, okay, the best is like you see here, I have it set all up, right? So we have bang, 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 our capsicums in line, then comes the onion, yeah, liver, bacon, thing. You do not want to forget anything. But the one ground rule is, as I said, make sure your bamboo skewer is soaked. You're starting off with a piece of pork and you're finishing with a piece of pork. Okay, let's do. So here we go. I do 1 pork, right? Dang. Then I take a capsicum yellow, 1 red, okay, and then we put a piece of bacon on here. When I use the bacon, as I said, so this one I will fold and put it on here. Sure. Yeah, and then maybe we can put a piece of liver in here on top as well. like that. And here we go, and here comes another piece of pork. Yeah. And now we're putting a piece of green capsicum and a piece of our onion. And why not another piece of bacon. Right, as I said, folded, bang, bang, bang. One more piece of pork. And let's start again, capsicum. And yes, I can hear your question already. No, there is no order. You can do how you wish, okay? You can put a little bit less of one or the other, you can put a little bit more one of the other. But the main thing, as I said, is you ensure, I'm coming to it, you ensure that your last piece is a piece of meat, of pork. Now have a look at this one. If the camera can catch this beautiful Shashlik skewer, right? So we're having pork, different capsicums, we're having bacon, liver, and again pork, different veggies, dang, 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 dang. Started with a piece of pork, finish with a pork. So your vegetable is contained in the skewer, otherwise it will fall out later. Same thing, as you can see, the importance of have everything very close, the same dice, yeah. So nothing is too big, yeah. So this nice uniformed, yeah, bang. All the sides are beautiful, yeah, nice and smooth. That's very important as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of our beautiful masterpiece. I will do 5 more. And then we continue. Okay, everyone, here it is. 6 individual masterpieces of my shashliks, right? Why they're masterpieces? Because none of them is exactly the same like the other. That's the beauty of it, right? But definitely, of course, it's a meat skewer, so you have to make sure you have plenty of meat on it, right? So that's what we have anyway, and some vegetables. But yes, look, I mean, if you have some of your chopped vegetables leftovers, right? We keep everything, as I said before. All this we will use up in a minute, which I show you. Yeah, easy, easy, easy. Yeah, done, 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 and we keep that as well. The little bit bacon, liver, and thing. Now, what we're doing with our skewers? Of course, next thing is we have to season them nicely, right? So there's not much to it. Yeah. Beautiful salt, cracked pepper, bang, bang, bang. And obviously we dust a little bit paprika powder over it. Yes, of course you have to turn it around and season them on the other side as well. Okay, one more time. Okay, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there, everybody. Yes, you can see I'm not too shy with this, yeah. Okay, and then, but paprika, not too much. Just nicely. Okay. What's next? Okay, we have our beautiful seasoned shashlik skewer. Now, I dust mine slightly in flour before I saute them on in my bread pan. All what it is we all sides, chup, 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 just dip it like that, you know, take off the excess flour, done. One more time. Inni, mini, mick, ist weg. Boop, boop, boop. Now we're going on the stove, yeah. We have our bread pan there, where we saute them on quickly, but there's more to it. Okay, that's that, that's that, that's that. Perfect, right? Okay, let's go to the stove, eh? Okay, everyone, now we're heating up our casserole here, yeah, full blast. We're putting a little bit of sunflower oil in here, yeah, easy done. Now we're taking our skewers and saute them on all sides as good as we can. Yeah. Okay, now this will be a hot fare. Beautiful. Probably can't get all in it anyway, so we keep it by 3. Yeah. So you will see, so definitely don't be too shy with the oil when you sear them on all sides, right? I just make this 3 and then we have to take time out while I do the other 3. But yeah, all nice. When you see the color like that, sort of, that's what, just everything nicely seared. Yeah, that's what we want. All right, yeah, everybody, I tell you when I'm finished, yeah, I show you the end product. Okay, as you can see, our Shashlik Skewers, yeah, that's what we want. Look at that, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Very, very nice, I like it. Okay, now we take them all out, as I said, and the fun continues. Did you hear the word fun? Cooking is so easy and should be fun as well. All right, now as I said to you before, we're keeping all our offcuts, right? So this is all the leftovers and offcuts. We're putting all that vegetables in here. Yes, correct. And already as well, I had a little bit bits and pieces left over from my pork. Yeah, 3 slices bacon and what the offcuts, 2 pieces liver, everything goes in here. And then we stir it nicely. That will be now the beginning of our sauce, right? Or, yeah, stock. So this will be now golden brown, sorted on. Then we're putting our tomato paste on there, curry powder, a little bit more paprika powder, give it a good coloration, and we will continue. Garlic. As you can see, we got a nice color. We're turning our heat source down because now we're putting our tomato paste on. This one obviously we do not want to burn, otherwise it's bitter. Yeah. So get everything nicely scooped out here, beautiful. Yeah. And now I put as well already a half a teaspoon of my curry powder on here. Yeah. And a little bit more of the paprika powder. Okay. All right. So that's now get nicely mixed in together. And while I'm doing that, and I got your attention, I mean, by now, hopefully everybody knows all the recipes you can find on my website as well. If you're going just under the description part, there you can see Buy Me a Coffee, which is very nice. And then you click on there, and then you select Buy Me a Coffee, and you have access to all recipes. Not only today the shashlik, the whole repertoire. So isn't that nice, right? Okay, so here we go. We got this one nicely. Now we're putting as well our crushed tomatoes in there. Yeah, beautiful. Got a little bit more power back up again. Yeah. Okay, you can see on the base that this brownish, that's what we want, you know. This is the nice, that's the heart and soul of the stock where we're braising our shashlik then on. Have a look at that. Now it gets a little bit more steamier because now we're putting our crushed tomatoes in there. The whole shebang, yes, correct. Okay, we stir it quickly, yeah. Nice, nice, nice. That's what we like. Yeah, and we always loosen up the base, yeah? The brown stuff on the base. Look at that, very nice, very nice. And now, last but not least, we will add our beef stock, right? So watch that space. Probably half of the amount first. We stir it nicely through. Yes, now everything gets settled here a little bit in this pan. Very good, very good. Look at that, look at that. Looking good already. And now, yes, we're putting our beautiful thyme and oregano. We leave this one whole. Then later on we will take it out again. But at the moment, to infuse everything, yeah, okay, yeah, this comes to a boil already. Let's put all the stock in here. Okay. Now we bring this to a boil, everyone. Yeah, this goes very quick. And then we already can transfer our shashlik into our brazier here. Yeah? And then we're putting this stock on top of here. We're putting the lid on and put it in the oven 180 degrees for 35 to 45 minutes. Yeah? So as I said, this baby is going in here, right? Bang, bang, bang. Beautiful. Oops, very, very nice. Look at that. We can do that already. I'm not sure if the camera can see it. So beautiful. They will be completely covered, lid on, and then all our goodies, you know, what I call it offcuts, they braise along, right? And that's all what to it, you know. This will thicken itself, the stock a little bit, because it will reduce, and that's what it will be. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I maybe give you sort of halfway through a little bit sneaky peek in my oven, but I will transfer this one now in my oven, as I said, 180 degrees, 35 to 45 minutes. Okay, our shashliks, they are now all in our, as we call it, Römertopf. Yeah, nicely full covered with the stock. Yeah, with this one, we closing the lid and then we be patient for 45 minutes. Okay, that's a solid closed, 180 degrees. Yeah, we got that one sorted. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our shashlik there in the oven, 45 minutes by 180 degrees. And let's bring this baby out. Here we go, perfect timing, hey? Okay, we stop that. Of course, this will be hot, hot, hot. Okay, yes, it looks nice and peaceful in there. Yeah, let's slide this baby out. Römertopf, eh? Ay. Okay, now we take the lid off. Be mindful if you have a casserole like this one, take the lid off. There's steam coming out. Don't burn yourself. We don't want that to happen on my watch. Okay. Okay. Very good. Put the lid here. Okay. Now we bring this baby on our kitchen bench, and we're serving it up, eh? Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! Okay. All right. So what we're doing now is we have to find our shashlik, right? This is number one. Yes, beautiful. We got one baby. Yeah. Bring this here. Let's leave it as one. Okay. Then what you do is you're taking some of the beautiful stock, obviously. Putting this in here with all the goodies, yeah, like that, like that, like that. Yeah, let's see. I mean, where's our shashliks? Yeah, oh yeah, look, they're all in here, beautiful. Yes, very nice, very nice. Yeah, who's very hungry can have two. So, and then we put a little bit of, as a garnish, obviously, on our plate, some oregano and some thyme. Yes, why not? Like that. And then, obviously, our shashlik, you know, in the nice stock, braised slowly. What it is now is you take a beautiful fresh baked bread roll, yeah, you break this in pieces, yeah, and then you soak your bread roll in the stock, yeah, and that is a part of your dinner, yeah, and that's what we eat. Very good. And now obviously the trick is take a fork and take your meat off your skewer, like that. You see, everything is on. We have our bacon, capsicum, yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, take it all off. Here's our liver, yeah, and that's how we do this whole thing. Coming, coming, coming. More, more, more. Yeah. Look at that, look at that. This is one shashlik in our stock. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's clean this a little bit up, this plate. And we're putting, here we go, our bread roll on the side. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on a second. My shashlik for you to enjoy. Thank you for joining me on Chop Chop Chef.